back to Europa Universalis 4. I am Lord Formand. So after the somewhat disastrous of the multiplayer stream that we're having, and I guess I'm going to be doing single player because we're not having any luck with getting multiplayer to work in a stable faction the last couple weeks. Hopefully that gets patched next patch. If not, I will just do single player streams for the foreseeable future, which sucks because I want to play with other people, but so I need a achievement. So I need a country and achievement to try for. So let's see, what achievements do I still need to get that are possible? I still have quite a few achievements I need to grind out. So if people can come up with some good ones, I can try. I don't have any pretty much of the new ones in India, which is a thing, or the new Dharma ones. So I still got quite a bit to do there, and I still have quite a few of the Rule Britannias to work on. So I'll see about that. Someone wants me to do Norwegian Wood. No. Back to Piast, I'd like to, but I don't think I could do that. The Bohemians, I don't know, because I'd have to stay as Bohemian. That's a difficult achievement. So, maybe. I'd kind of like to try some more of the Dharma ones, so if people could give me some in that category, I'd be more interested. More of the interesting Dharma stuff. Anyhow, once I come up with one, I'll get started. I think I've got to turn on Lucky Nations and stuff, though. Let's see, I could try for Murwar Never Changes. I could try Philippine Tiger as Cebu recreate the Chola Empire. That one's hard. Could do an Austria one as the Ostenders try and get the buying land in India achievement. What else do I got? There's not a lot of the ones I can actually do offhand, so it's going to take a while. With a little help as Ragusa, I mean, I could try that one. I've never had good luck about that one. Ideally, we want one to conquer with. I don't know. I've gotten one of the Murwar achievements because I was messing around with them. They're really strong. Turns the tribal nation in India become a step toward. Haha, Genghis gone. Sorry, I've never actually looked over all of these ones offhand. Okay. So, potential ones, I could do Murwar. I could do Bahamanis of Vijayanagar. I could do the Mysore achievement. I could do the Bengal achievements. I could try and do Sikh Pun. Could try it. I could just play any nation in Europe. I don't really consider our other one. So yeah, one faith is rather impossible right now. So just pick a country, I guess I can play that. I wouldn't mind doing Austria one, but that's tough. And I'm not about to start a world conquest again with the Mughal one I'm doing right now. I don't know which other ones I have to do, so. I could do the Prince of Egypt starting as Florence, form Egypt. I could do that, try and form Italy, and then do the form Egypt. That could be something I could do. Would be an exciting one. I'd like to do one with some conquest, so. It's a shame there's no, like, one for the Hansa. I don't think there's an achievement for them, is there? Weird. I could do not just Pizza be a great power as Naples. That one also is a viable one to do. Someone wanted that one. Do Venice, Spain, Byzantine, or Brandenburg? I could do Brandenburg. Would people like to see how well I do with conquering Prussia, or do Florence? The nations I'm good at, probably France, Austria, Brandenburg, Prussia, Mamluks, and the Ottomans, and Russia. So I could do any of those for really solid ones. Other ones I've done recently, so. I'm also pretty good at Spain, Castile, and Portugal, obviously, but I'm not about to do one of those offhand. You know what? I might just pick a nation in Europe and do it. How about I just do random nations till I find one with an achievement? Denmark. I guess I'll do Denmark then. Should I do Denmark? Denmark might work. I said I was going to do the first one I rolled to, and as Denmark, I do have an achievement for them. So I guess I'll do Denmark, if people don't terribly oppose that. Okay, so I guess I'll do Denmark. I'm doing Denmark. Specifically, I want to try and get the Ostindis Company T as Denmark established trade company and have at least 10% tea market share. That would be the ideal goal of this. In reality, I think I'm just going to try and conquer as much as I can as Denmark and see where that leads us. Well, we'll see how I do. It might be boring, might be exciting, but I'm going to mess around on it anyway. Well, I might, if I can't join the HRE, I might just have to conquer the HRE then. Who knows? We'll see. Anyhow, we picked Denmark. We're going to go with Denmark for now. See where that leads us. Have to deal with the whole Kalmar Union joy. So hopefully Sweden remains semi-loyal for some time. Scotland. I might go after Novgorod and Eastern Europe as soon as I can. If I don't put Iron Man in the save name, it's not Iron Man? No, it's still Iron Man. Should I have as allies? Not too impressed by anybody wanting to be my ally so far. Palatinate might be a viable one. Brandenburg's not bad. Ideally, I'd get someone like Poland, but I don't think they like me that much. Of course, I'm Denmark, so I really don't need allies. It's just nice to have one or two. I guess I'll go with can't get France, really. Can't. Well, maybe I can get France in a little bit. Let's see. No, you can't help decide it, but you can give me advice, and I'll take all advice under advisement, obviously. And we'll see where that actually leads us. Okay, let's see. We need to defeat rebels. I don't like any of these alliances. The best one I've got right now is Pomerania. I guess I'll ally to them for now. And gotta defeat those rebels. The ideal way to defeat those rebels is just wait till they leave, because they're gonna land there, so I think I'll just do that. Baltic Sea, obviously. I would like to become emperor. Do I think I'm going to be able to become emperor? Probably not. I'm not that great at doing the diplomatic game. Besides, it's virtually impossible to be emperor until the religious wars start. So until then, I'm in a little bit of trouble. Actually, I do want to ally the Palatinate because there's a chance we have the same dynasty. Poland's going to be a thing. So what do we have here? Integrating Norway. Baltic Fleet gives me claims over there. I don't think I can put claims on them yet. Nope. Okay, I need to build up a fleet, apparently. Of at least, what is it, 25? And yes, okay. Oh, I have to have at least a 25. Ooh. That could take a while. Okay, free stability. Oh, that's nice. I didn't even have to go out of my way to get it. Okay. I'm going to have a little bit of money problems for a while, but that's just the way it goes. Once I can deal with Gotland, money shouldn't be an issue anymore then. Kind of disappointed how small the Danish mission tree is. Because I'm pretty sure Sweden has a much better one. Yes, Russia got a new one. Yeah, if I can kill the Teutons and Novgorod, I'll be in great shape. I just got to kill those two. I think I can actually, I can put claims on the Teutons, so probably when Poland goes after them. Actually, I'll ally myself to Poland for now. It's a little annoying I don't have as many missions as Sweden does. Nope. We're not going to get a weak heir on the throne, unfortunately. Oh, that's annoying, but free stability works. Finish them off. Sweden, of course, is going to be rebellious. Wonderful. Well, I think somebody else can answer how you become a mod on the Discord. May do a mod on YouTube just because you seem to be useful. It's kind of the same way as it functions in the Discord. Okay, I need to also demand resources from these guys, don't I? I should have done that before. Oh, that is a lot of influence the nobility has on my country right now. And of course Sweden's going to be unhappy because I don't have any prestige. But that's the way it goes, at least for now. At least I'm not going to lose the Union because of prestige at the moment. Okay. Oh, that sucks. Sweden's now really disloyal. Wow, that's a really bad start then. If England has immediately done that. Bit of a problem. Let's fire you now. Stabilize the country a little bit more. I don't know how I'm going to keep Sweden under control unless I get to this Danish subject loyalty. Oh, come on, Denmark. Maybe I'll be lucky and Denmark, England will get into a fight with France, and then I'll solve all my problems. Because I can't really fight the English Navy early on. Nor can I really fight Sweden early on either. Get a little bit more under control there. Make Scottish provinces as points of interest. So now Norway fabricates. Yeah, I should do that, shouldn't I? I should do that to quite a bit of them. Or more than just quite a bit. I should also do Novgorods as well. Of course, that implies I can keep Sweden under control, which is going to be tough. Not looking forward to try and do that. Okay, we've at least taken Gotland back, so that's progress. I'm going to get rid of this fort here because it's not a very useful one. And hopefully, there we go. We are actually positive in money for the moment. Yep. The trick will be keeping Sweden under control, clearly, for the whole game. At least until I annex them. See, the problem is they just have 187 rebelliousness because of England, literally. Should probably actually stop enabling disable support loyalists because that's not helping at the moment. Yeah, I should do that. It's already been given to them, actually. Someone was telling me to make sure to add them to estates. They already belong to states, I think all of them? Or at least all the ones I can give initially. Once I get Holstein, that should help a bit. And that's an event, so I don't have to worry about that. Let's just keep building up a military. Luckily, you actually have a half-decent starting ruler as this guy. Unlike most everybody in the HRE who has terrible ones. Add another center of trade. No, I've given away all my centers of trade at the moment to burghers. I can, in fact, pick a fight with the Teutons if I want to right now. Or Danzig. And I would, but I'm looking at a potential rebellion war with England and everybody. It's a shame I can't get France as an ally. That would be like the ideal counter to England is France. Yeah, all the ones I have are given to them. I can't give any more centers of trade to anybody. What's it going to take to get Sweden loyal? It was just unfortunate that England instantly supported their independence the 1 month they became rebellious. I should have anticipated it. That was my mistake. Should probably also royal marriage these guys down here if I haven't. And these guys, because we don't have, our king is infertile, which is awful. Hopefully we get an heir before he dies off. After he, actually, even if he does die, I think we stay on the same dynasty. And I believe Bavaria doesn't care for us. That makes sense. I'm going to try and expand and stuff. I just gotta actually get some claims going. And I don't want to pick a fight with the Teutons until... There we go. Now's the time to pick the fight with the Teutons. There we go. I didn't want to pick a fight with them until the Livonian Order wouldn't join because I get claims in the Livonian Order later on. So I prefer not to pick a fight with them too early. Although keeping Sweden under control is going to be excitingly fun. But if I get Danzig and Konsberg, I'll be half decently happy. I don't know. Can I actually... I probably could culture shift and form Prussia if I wanted to. I'll get the age one eventually. I just want to make sure I can get the initial techs, really. That's the big focus. I really should be focusing mill tech, to be honest. There you go. That should constrain it a little bit. I'd have to boost this by 10. I suppose I could waste the Diplo and the admin power on it. For now, at least. 28. I'll waste 2 military. 30, that'll get me a little bit more there. It will also give me the Baltic Fleet. So now I do have claims on the Livonian Order. I just didn't want to fight them initially. It's amazing how the Teutons and the Livonian Order actually together are rather powerful. It really only comes down to the fact that Poland early game is unstoppable. That is why the Teuton dies so fast. Talk to me later about it, Black Cat. I'll deal with that later. Now it's not the time to be asking me questions, too many questions about Discord. Not when I'm trying to do a live stream. Okay. We're going to get control of at least one fort. What centers of trade do they have? Just those two. Suppose I could culture shift and do Prussia. That would be funny. Prussian Denmark? I think it's doable. At least we got a half-decent general. I was worried we'd get a terrible one. Oh, I hate the Danish ideas. Other than this manpower recovery speed, the rest is all naval-based. And it's not even the good naval-based ideas. It's all light ship, they're galleys. Although this naval maintenance is half-decently nice. Okay. Let's see if there's any other achievements I need for Denmark. I could do the 8 level 3 centers of trade pretty well once I get going. And the rest is just... I suppose I could do the Iron Price at some point as well. Invade through Scotland. That could be doable. References to Game of Thrones, of course. I'll deal with that when the time comes. What's my plan for government reforms? Probably right now at least rein in the nobility, because they're rather strong. Okay, sorry. Somebody was in the room talking to me, so I had to go silent there for a moment. I could do that. Actually, I might do that. Get all 3 centers of trade there. That shouldn't offend Poland too badly. Unless I can get some money. Money? Yeah, money. Let's see. Poland is not terribly unhappy, so that's good. And let's raise autonomy. And start getting some cores on that. That should give me quite a bit more of the Baltic trade node under my control, which, although it's nice, it's not as useful right now, but we are a great power, which will help a little bit. We actually have positive prestige. The issue is I still can't rein in Denmark. Sorry, Sweden. Can't rein them in yet. Nor are any of my vassals actually fabricating claims on anybody at the moment. So there's got to be that. Let's see what my income is now that I've done that. 25. Not the best, but not the worst. I theoretically could go after the Livonin Order, but that would not be the best time to do it. Oops, that was not what I wanted to do. Need to pull back in... I need to keep getting support from them. I just want to see if I could have gotten an alliance with France. It doesn't look like I'll ever get an alliance with France, which sucks. So, we'll see what I can do. Okay. Tiny little bit of income. I suppose I could have waited to develop my capital until I got the Renaissance started. On the other hand, the increased income right now is the only thing giving me a positive income, so I don't know which would have been worth more. For ideas, quality is becoming a lot more useful now on Denmark because I've got all the naval ideas. But I'll probably start my standard defensive stuff and then see where I go from there. Ah, bonus prestige. Sweden. Stupid Sweden. Why can't you just be loyal? I mean, that's what? That's still over 100, even with all the negative modifiers. They just hate me that much. Normally, I never have had the trouble with England immediately supporting their independence. I should be able to, if there's a freedom war, still be able to win it, but let's get my troops back to Denmark itself in case that does occur. Should probably already have them in position. Actually, I could station them in Stockholm, I believe. Influence could be a viable one. Let's see. Oh, that is terrible. 001. We are going to deny that newborn daughter, which sucks because we need an heir, but penalty is too large to contemplate, unfortunately. I can actually get a royal marriage with Poland, I'm realizing. So let's do that. We have a consort now, so that's an improvement. I still do outraged countries for the moment. Not have any diplomats free. Sweden only has 10 troops right now, but how many does England have is the question. 33,000, that's the problem. What was wrong with the female heir? The 001 ability. I have no wish to cripple my nation for the next 30 years. Got a mission, build to force limits. Not going to at the moment. That's a nice little mission to accept because of the free morale, but it takes some time. Okay, dead general. We'll rebuild that. Muscovy's rivaled me, of course they have. And since Sweden hates me, they're never going to fabricate any claims on Novgorod, I don't believe. Ugh. Prestige loss, great. I actually might mothball this fort. Save me that 50 gold, 0.5 gold. Average wants to know what the worst border gore. Probably India. India's border gore is kind of horrific right these days, but that's what happened to India at this time period. Okay, I theoretically could pick a fight with the Livonin Order. What do people think of me? People are rather unhappy with me, so I should wait a little while. Specifically, I need to make sure that Poland would come to my aid in a war. I think they would, but you never know with an AI. Having that free stability at the beginning of the game has turned to be very useful. It's going to save me lots of military points and other stuff. Let's see, support air in Poland. I suppose I could. I don't think there's any chance I'm going to win it because of how young Casimir is. Oh, maybe it's possible. He's 39, Casimir Jagelian is 23, so there's a small chance I get it. It's going to take a long time to get ahead of Brandenburg, for example, though. Great relations, 17% chance, and I've got a 9% chance. That's going to go up once I get rid of some of this overextension, but still. Maybe. Also, thanks for the donation, Average. In case you guys don't know, we do have the ability to now have both donations and apparently channel members, which is like a monthly subscription thing. Right now, I haven't got it all set up with special features for subscribers. I need to find somebody who can actually do like emojis and stuff so that people can actually purchase it or have a reason to subscribe to those. But in the meantime, donations are available. So thank you, Average. Yeah, Average, you don't need to donate money anyway. It's not a requirement if you want to donate. It's just very appreciated. I really do need to conquer this region before Muscovy comes for me. Before Muscovy does. Although, if I do attack the Livonin Order here, I could theoretically steal some land from Scotland. It's just a rough fight without Sweden being able to help or being willing to help. 180 at 20 troops. I could probably beat the Livonin Order and Riga pretty easily. Scotland, on the other hand, I'll have to rely on the fact that they can't get here by ship to stop them, really. Not ideal. The thing is, I could land all my troops there and then just march into their land. I might try that. Yeah, let's give that a shot. I think I can afford a war now. As long as I don't take too much, I could probably get away with it. And yes, I am in fact using a new mic. So let me know if it's not working right or is too loud or too sensitive, because I can't adjust that. My old mic broke, so I have to adapt, unfortunately. Okay. Don't think I'll... For now, I guess I will add them as a state. That's a reasonable amount of development there, 22. It's better than what I'll get to start with. We have a 15% chance here now. Our person's 40, he's 25. I think we'll actually give up on getting the Polish throne for now. We can always come back for that later. Also, when can I take these guys again? 7 years. Okay. Specifically, we want Narwa, of all places. Send you up to there and march you pretty much straight to Riga. Hopefully having Miltech 4 should give me the advantage in the meantime. I'm going to take you and we're going to do hunt enemy fleets in North Atlantic. I guess I could do that. Unless there's a better intercept enemy fleets in the North Atlantic? Yeah, we'll try that. That hopefully can stop Scotland from arriving with an army, at least until I take out Riga. Getting ahead of tech is amazing. You can get ahead in tech, you can just win effortlessly. Okay, well, on the plus side, the Livonian Order is picking a fight with Sweden, so I'm okay with that. They can siege as much Swedish land as they want to. I am more than happy to give that up. You should be going home at war. Actually, they're going to end up fighting Sweden's navy, which is kind of hilarious because all it's doing is actually lowering their liberty desire. Who'd have thought that picking a fight would actually weaken Sweden more than me? As long as I don't lose my army and all my manpower, we should be okay. We've got good splendor, so then hopefully we can get the other stuff. There we go. I could do Oldenburg. Or I cannot do Oldenburg. That's a tough one. That's a tough one. Oldenburg, I think, only literally lives in Oldenburg, their dynasty. What do people think? Should I go with the heir or should I try and stick with the family? Also, here's what the trade looks like right now. We've got 19 there. We've got 25 there, but obviously it's less valuable. Yeah, I'm going to try and grow the trade power given time. That's a pretty good heir. That's a 9. Plus our ruler's not getting any younger. Okay, I guess I'll take the heir then. There's still a chance, of course, he'll die out, but the free money is kind of nice in the meantime. There's a pirate hunting down them, instituted a riot. Nothing could be done, really. I guess I'll take the hit on the money. At least in the meantime, it should weaken these guys. It's sad that we're having a conflict, though, but it's the way it goes. Ideally, I also want to take Riga, because that's a pretty good trade province. At some point, we'll want to try and shift to... We'll want to shift our center of trade to the Baltic, if we can get it. Unless, of course, I can somehow wipe out the other people. Actually, I could vassalize these guys. I might actually vassalize Riga itself for now. Mainly because there's not a huge advantage for me owning it myself at this point. Of course, I could just piece them out, but it's always a shame when you have to piece out of a war and not get anything. It just feels wrong. Now let's pull back allies. Scotland is not able to do anything, which means this is a pretty even war. Liberty die is still over 100. 195. Ow. Is Lund given to nobility? Yes, in fact it is. I should probably revoke that at some point. It's a pretty valuable province. What with the goods produced and everything. We're no longer a great power. That's pretty normal for this point of the game. Seems kind of weird that we're one of the largest on the map, but in reality we're so weak. Okay, Memel has been occupied, that's fine. Riga does want peace. Riga would become a vassal. I'll vassalize them for now. It should actually increase the liberty desire a little bit on Sweden, right? Now if I pay off their debt, they should be fine. Raise war taxes, also balanced. There we go. Mainly I'm vassalizing Riga because they actually will give me money. And I don't have claims, so taking it would be expensive. Pomerania would join my war. I don't know if I want Pomerania to join my war. Yeah. Get another one going there. How to play Venice 1? Ooh, Venice is tough. I could maybe do a video on that. My best luck I've ever had as Venice was actually allying the Ottomans. Sounds weird, but one of the game states that sometimes you can start with is the Ottomans not hating you. And so if you like rival the Byzantines, I think it was Hungary and Poland or something. Anyway, they're enemies. I actually had an alliance with the Ottomans, and it was glorious. I was able to conquer pretty much all the Balkans, and the Ottomans didn't say a thing. They actually liked me more because of it. So maybe, if I forget, remind me later on. Scotland's going to be tricky. Okay. Wow, we actually just, I believe we just killed off most of the Livonian army. That's kind of funny. Well, there you go. Strange things are happening sometimes. Since we're making money, I might actually have a Diplo advisor at the moment. Whew, a lot of diplomatic relations. Siege ability bonus, please. Now we're losing money. Yeah, that's not good. Come on, Sweden. How am I going to get England out of this mess with me? Problem is I'm going to actually start falling behind in Diplo power here if I'm not careful. I may need to lose an alliance with like the Palatinate. They would be the ideal one to lose the alliance with since they're never going to help me in wars. On the other hand, it is an alliance with 6 troops. I'll hold on to it for now. I can always get rid of it if it starts to become an issue. Although I really don't want Sweden holding that province. I don't even know how Sweden occupied that province. Okay, we've taken the war goal. It's now just a matter of occupying the last couple provinces. Force the merchants to lower their prices. Prefer not to fall into debt. Oh, I could have actually taken the money, couldn't I have? Darn. Okay. Oh, I am going to fall into debt. Great. That one advisor is a little too much for me, isn't it? Let's fire that guy. And how much is Riga actually providing me? 0.4 gold. That's not bad. I like that. More money, the better. Now the question is, can I get any of the Scottish land? Or does France want to be an ally? Clearly not. France is a little bit elitist, I find, in these games. No, I'm not going to play any more of the France World Conquest one, unfortunately. I just, whenever there's new patch, I just move to the new patch. I don't stay with old ones. Besides, I learned quite a bit from it that I can apply later on. So I'd much rather do that. I can't demand any of that land. And I can't really land enough troops to take them on at the moment. Independence guaranteed by France, obviously. I might just peace out and take my land up here. I think that's my war goals. Yes. I could take their capital. Could take that. Couldn't take that. Could take that? No, couldn't take that. Could take all that. Or I could do that. That actually might be worth more in the long run. We'll do that, and then can we get rid of this alliance with Scotland? We can't. Okay, that's fine. Scotland's not a real problem to us. There we go. Big land grab. Hopefully that won't come back to bite us. And it should also get us down to conquer Oslo, which gives us a claim on Neva. Neva. Why am I drawing a blank? Oh, Neva is Novgorod. Awesome. So I can actually go after Novgorod in a little bit. I always forget that that's Novgorod. Of course, now I've got even more forts to support. Oy. The fort maintenance is going to kill me. Sure, I can try and name you an average. I can name a general on air average at some point. Mind me if I forget, of course. As great as all these forts are, in terms of they're all half decent defensive locations, I just can't afford the forts. They're killing my economy. Yeah. Let's see, what does Sweden think of me now? Probably only hates me even more. No, it's actually a little bit more under control. Okay. I'll take the imported iron, boost Sweden's opinion of me a little bit. Novgorod is allied to Pomerania. Not what I wanted to see. Unless I can threaten you for land. No. If I really want to lose my alliance with Pomerania, that would be a way to do it. I'll wait a while, because if I attack Pomerania, I'm going to want to take some of their land. I wish I could get rid of these forts. Can't afford to, though, because it counts towards your military ranking at the moment. Okay. Our armies are good. Our army's actually a little on the weaker side. I really need more monarch power. Yeah, I suppose if someone subscribed for every month, I can try to remember to name them a general, but I don't think so. I don't think I can do it offhand. Should be the same. I haven't changed the setting. Should still be exporting at the usual rates. What are we looking at for hatred of me? It's actually kind of large. Let's do more outraged countries, keep them happy with me. Might move my army to here and then mothball it to some degree. There we go. That should help for now. Okay, still nothing going on there. My game, I'd be so dead. Yeah, in a lot of games, I'd be dead if I was playing this way. But at least I'm doing fairly well this time. Although I really do need to handle that Diplo relations. I'll take the military power, I guess. Renaissance, 22% in my capital. That's good. Actually, I think I can boost that, right? Advancement, I think, speeds it up slightly. Yeah. I also could spend the military points, but I think it's might as well. With a 5% penalty, I might as well get a tech rather than waiting. The burgers hate me right now. Okay, once these are cored, we could be able to core the last couple ones, and that should help our economy and, in general, our country. We've snuck in here as the 6th great power, which is impressive. What does Sweden think of this all? Oh, Sweden's almost becoming a little bit more under control. They're only, what, like 120, 140 over? Still not great, but there we go. That should help quite a bit. That is usually a huge military advancement. Or maybe it doesn't affect Liberty Desire. Anyhow, we just got a lot stronger, so I'm much more happy with that. And you can get some more cores. Awesome. Still need a lot more ducats to actually pay off that loan. But we're positive, so that's really what I'm worried about. I'm pretty much definitely going to take this curtail noble privileges. As lovely as the manpower is, my nobility has way too much influence. Of course, I could lower that. But we do get manpower recovery speed. I tend to like to have less influence and build up to it rather than have a starting high level of it. I believe I have a Diplo reputation advisor. I already do. I just have very low diplo power income. Let's get this Danish subject loyalty desire. Won't solve my problems, but it should help. Oh, actually it has. It's solving a lot of my problem with Sweden. However, they still could rebel. They still have England as a supporter and still have 96 liberty desire, but apparently they're friendly with me, which is kind of funny. Yeah, there's no hope of me getting elected Emperor of the HRE right now. Government reform, manpower or tax? People are saying take manpower. What's my base state right now? 20 plus whatever 40 something is. I don't know if I want to give them any more influence. That's the problem. Okay, Livonians. I suppose I could pick a fight over the Teutons' last province, but I don't think that's worth 6 development right now. Not at the cost of offending Poland, of all people. What do people think? Which reform should I take? Manpower or tax? I normally would take the tax. So. And we can pay back that loan, which is nice. Then I can hire a admin advisor at some point. That should make a difference in how stable we are. I find it a little annoying that even though Sweden is loyal, they won't get rid of England for the support independence. A bit frustrating. How are we doing with coalition? 51, 25. Brandenburg still could join. Other than Brandenburg, though, everyone else is reasonably happy. I think it's time to go conquer some Novgorodian land then. Specifically enough to slow down Muscovy's expansion. People are saying tax, other people are saying men. I'm going to go with the tax then. Yeah. Rein in the nobility just a little bit. There we go. That's a much more manageable level. I can always boost it higher if I need the influence, but it's hard to lower influence. I'm going to lose Pomerania as an ally, but I can call the Palatinate to deal with them. On the other hand, I won't be able to take their lovely centers of trade, or estuary and trade center. It's a little frustrating, isn't it? When can I annex Riga? I'm curious. 64. Let's start the fight. I'll lose Pomerania as an ally. I can deal with that. We want Neva, though. I should probably also stop my fleet from just running randomly around the Atlantic. It's not a great use for them. Who is my current general? My current general is Valdemar Knutson. As far as I know my Danish last names, which isn't much. I think that's what they're called, but I could be terribly wrong. At least we have support from both Holstein and Norway. I forget when the event happens that gives us Holstein. I know there's supposedly an event that fires. Probably check that. Oops, battle 1. That's always good. We'll be taking their fort pretty soon. . unpause. Okay, so it looks like my ruler has to die and be of the Oldenburg dynasty for me to actually get the inheritance of Holstein. That should help. Once we get that, how old is our ruler? He's 45, so he could die at any point. We'll see. Although this loss of money is a little annoying. However, the Palatinate is sieging Pomerania for me. And if I can take their cap, I don't think this guy is siege, so it makes no difference if he's siege leader. Correct. There we go. Yeah, let's pull you out that way. Then we can at least get some of this land from Novgorod. Ideally, I'd like to take their border with Muscovy so I preserve some and more of their land to conquer later, but oh, I hate stupid attrition mechanics some days. There we go. That should be enough to siege Novgorod's capital. Pomerania are still stuck sieging Konigsberg. And my fleet is still hunting everybody in the area. I think I can safely say I have the strongest fleet in the Baltic, considering I've crushed all the other ones. Oh, we lost that province, and we actually lost the free stability too, which sucks. Thank you, Average. I'm trying. Really wasn't anticipating having to do a single player stream today. But considering how bad the multiplayer stream went, felt I owed you guys something again. However, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do multiplayer streams ever again until they patch some of the stability mechanic issues they're having. Pomerania, would you give me anything? You would give me one province. Which would I prefer? Ideally, I'd like to take lots of your land, but I know that's going to cause HRE issues. Yeah, right away that causes issues. Let's just take that. Make you annul treaties with Novgorod. Give me some cash. Oh, one province. Hopefully that doesn't trigger Austria too much. I totally expected demand from Austria saying, give back our land in a month. We'll see. No problem, Average. You've done quite a good, been quite a loyal subscriber and helpful. Okay. Can I, in fact, do this? I can. That's not the worst coalition possible, is it? Teutons, Livona is a joke. Pomerania is not to be with that. Novgorod is a joke. Muscovy, on the other hand, is a bit of an issue. I don't know if I could beat Muscovy head on, but with the help of Poland, I almost definitely could survive it. As long as I don't lose Poland as an ally. Okay, let's march my troops back to my newly acquired territory, which I'm going to have quite a bit of trouble hanging on to. Not only the war exhaustion, overextension, but also the intolerance. And we're not going to accept that. Hopefully that doesn't make it worse. Still pretty bad, but not as bad as it could be. Hopefully Pomerania will get rid of their royal marriage with me soon. we can talk about any mod stuff on Discord later, Average. I'm not going to discuss it right now. I'm more focused on trying not to die as Denmark. Let's get rid of that fort and that fort for the moment. I always forget that Konsberg produces gems, of all things. Feels strange to me, but there's not many gem production provinces in the game, which is, I think, part of the reason. So apparently Muscovy dislikes me, but doesn't hate me, so hopefully that means they won't join a coalition. Sweden, on the other hand, still disloyal. Why hasn't France killed England yet? Oh, they had quite a fight against Burgundy, it appears. Quite a vicious little fight. England allied to Portugal and Austria. That could do it. Interestingly though, England's attacking Burgundy. I don't know if that's a smart move, England. Oh, Austria's involved. Yeah, it's a smart move. Also, Burgundy lost their unions. We could see the Austrian, or we could see the Burgundian inheritance. I always get that confused with the Austrian succession. Delete the fort in the Southern Livonian Order? No, I'm actually going to keep the fort in the Southern Livonian Order. It prevents them from just marching right through this area as easily. It's not the best fort I know, but for now I'm saving forts, at least till I have a bit more defendable. Because right now, in a war with Muscovy, they'll overrun this area immediately. I don't want them to overrun this area instantly either. I can make Estonia into a state. I should probably do that. State income is going to be terrible, but that's the way it goes. Also, how am I doing with the Renaissance? 50% of the way there. Not the best, but not the worst either. Still got quite a bit to do before I'm actually stable, but considering where we started, we're now 5th in the world in size, and we have Poland as an ally. It's not a bad start. Especially if we have a semi-loyal Poland. Okay. The Castilian event has fired, the Iberian wedding. How is our ruler doing? I could theoretically have my ruler resign, but that would just be a disaster all around. I might actually march this guy down here, mothball him, and re-raise the forts. That way I can actually afford advisors for the moment. The whatchamacallit? Pomerania got rid of their royal marriage with me. Good. Or else they died. I don't know which. Okay, we're stable. You guys are fine talking. It's just there's no one else talking at the moment. Probably people have it on in the background while they're playing. People weren't particularly ready for me to do a single player stream. I wasn't particularly ready either, so let's do that. Let's try and get some more relations with Riga. Get 80. 130, I can annex them soon. That would free up another diplomatic slot. It'd also give me another province. Okay. Okay. Looks like we've entered a period of relative calm for our kingdom. Might be time to develop our capital a little bit more. Throw down some military in there. Get that a lot closer to being dealt with. Ooh, I don't actually have enough. Come on, don't revolt next month. Okay, there we go. Stable for the moment. Most of it's almost cored, which will help. I think I'll make Livona into a state as well. Yeah. Okay, Sweden's loyalty is slowly going down. Or disloyalty, I should say. I'll try to remember to name you a general average. I will do my best to remember that. I haven't had to hire a new general for a while, so... Apparently our king is strict, which is nice. There we go. Overextension's ticking down, that should help. Oh, I need to get out of this Diplo power hole I'm digging myself, though. By comparison, Sweden's 555 and we're 335. And trying to increase development in our capital, so. 4 years, then it's expected to be in our capital. Oh, I should actually talk to the estates now. We just got all those events. Diplo support, admin support, military support. I think I'll save the military for now, but unless that would help a lot. 5%. That would help a lot, wouldn't it? Takes a year off. Wow. Okay, we'll save the rest of the military points. And then we should be good. Really, I need to take Lubeck, ideally, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that anytime soon. We do control quite a bit of trade. Still not as much as Lubeck, though. But again, it's hard to compete with controlling trade because Lubeck has so many trade league people. Plus, they've got a level 2 center of trade, which helps. Okay. Not much is going on here. I honestly could walk away for a couple minutes and come back. Probably not much will happen. However, we do have a new general, and I did promise to name it Average, so the average guy. I don't think the exclamation point is needed. It is a 1-2-1 leader, so that's pretty average. Here we go. Hard video question for me from Max. What's my favorite video I've ever made? My favorite video I probably made was, I think, my year 1 anniversary video thing I did with Minecraft with Stella, CC, and Beast, where we just set off tons of chance cubes endlessly, and it ended up lagging to the point, I think at the end we pretty much destroyed Stella's computer temporarily. That was fun. There's nothing like creating immense havoc in Minecraft to satisfy one's urge to do something crazy in a video. So yeah, that might be my favorite video I've made. It's definitely not my most popular video I've ever made, but that's the way it goes. Let's get these guys influenced and then annexed. You've been providing me with a nice amount of money, and I thank you for it, but I need your land. Might have to deal with rebels. That would be annoying. I don't want to deal with rebels, but I can't afford to suppress them at the moment. Dilemmas, 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 you know? If they can wait a couple months, I can suppress them. What happened to Life is Strange? I have an episode coming out tomorrow. And I hope to do some more over the next couple days, but my mic has been dead for several days, and so I had to order a new mic, which is what I'm using now, so then I can actually get back to recording. Also, I had issues with the recording software. I had to switch recording software on Life is Strange. I don't know why. Hopefully it works better now. A couple times I tried to record it before my mic died, and it just crashed every time. So it should be back. I want to continue doing that. I've just been busy and not had a mic for about a week now. So all my recordings of Delhi were done beginning of this week. So it's been a while since I actually have played it, which I can't wait to get back to doing. Oh boy, my ruler's having issues, aren't they? I think I'll take the legitimacy hit rather than the stability at this point. Ugh. Not happy with the way it's going. However, we do have the Renaissance now, and we also have a 36 development capital, which is rather insane for the early game. Of course, not for the way I play, because that's what I tend to do all the time. Let's get 23 units, because I'm pretty sure the rebels are 22 units, yes. Okay, the rebels have arrived. It's going to be annoying. Also, apparently my Steam is... There we go. That should stop that. Somebody sent me a text message and it didn't have it muted. Okay, that'll be dealt with. These guys, as powerful as they are, they shouldn't get anywhere. Although I'm going to have to get rid of one of my advisors. Or rather, two of my advisors, just to stay positive at income. Let's march you that way. It's going to be an interesting fight here because although I have a general and they don't, they have a lot more cavalry than I do. I don't have any market paces because I'm pretty much broke right now. To answer your question there, Dren, I have a fairly good control of trade in the Baltic, especially now that I just annexed Riga. But other than that, let's just get rid of 3 of you. Other than that, still dealing with low trade, specifically in Lubeck and stuff. Actually, I'm over my naval force limit, so let's get rid of all of you. We're a little bit below it now. We are going to, in fact, stop these rebels, which is good. Glad to see I can actually win a fight against rebels. However, we're going to go broke here unless I do that. Temporarily delay army maintenance. Series I've done that I've enjoyed in Europa the most. Honestly, I think my Mughal series that I did way back when was very fun. Just because of the sheer power and wealth I had. Outside of that, I haven't really had any really favorite Europa series in a while. I'm not particularly invested in any of the series of Europa I've been doing these days. I mean, I still enjoy doing them, don't get me wrong, but they've never really hit the fun of the Mughal series I did earlier. Although this Delhi one promises to be exciting. I'm finally going to play a nation that's large enough that I can fight enemies, conquer things without getting crushed. And that's not a world conquest, which is always fun not to do world conquests. I would do a Victoria 2 series, but I don't actually know how to play a Victoria 2 that well. And from what I've seen, it's definitely an inferior game to the more recent games like Crusader Kings and stuff. Okay, that's going well there. Hoping my ruler dies soon so I can actually get that inheritance of Holstein. That would be nice to get rid of. A little bit extra development. What are we looking at here? Sweden is very rebellious again. There we go. Guarantee them, or we might secure them. Ooh, I'm going to hit some debt here, but we are going to, in fact, get control of Holstein. Archking, thanks to your charm has certainly done wonders for our nation. Thanks to you, have inherited the throne of Holstein. Charm and beauty are sometimes as effective as cannons. Interestingly enough, this occurs before anyone has in fact invented cannons. I just find that amusing. No one in the world knows what a cannon is, except for maybe the Ottomans. Do they know what cannons are? No, they don't know what cannons are yet. Just yet. They should soon, but they don't. Let's also add this as a state, because that is money. Gimme, gimme, gimme. We're going to have a huge debt here, by the way. Temporarily. Oh, and apparently I've also got to fire troops and ships. Let's just get rid of you. Get rid of you. Still losing money, but at least not as much. Okay, we are consolidating things. I think I will get rid of this fort here now. This is a stronger location in my mind. And that should return us to positive income. Of course, 400 gold in debt still. Do we want a really good general or no? I think I'll take the legitimacy actually to boost that a little bit higher for now. And we'll see where things are going. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird that canon does exist, I guess. Okay. Discovered agents, yada 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 yada, all the standard stuff. The average, no, I don't listen to Prussian Glory. Is that a soundtrack down here? Or is that an independent song? Because I don't actually know that. Okay. We're going to offend the nobility. Who cares about the nobility? They're not worth much. Common EU4, I've tried that mod. I wasn't overwhelmingly impressed by... I'm not really overwhelmingly impressed by any of the Europa mods, in all honesty. Some of them that do minor things are good, but other ones, not as much. Plus, I pretty much only play Iron Man these days anyhow. In 6 years, I can go after Novgorod again. I might do that when the time comes. In the meantime, I still can't pay off either of these debts. That's too bad. And there we go. I was afraid of that. Here we come. Sweden has come. Poland betrayed me. I am pretty much dead. Okay. This is going to be absolutely exciting to try and fail at. What's the size of England's navy? I don't think my navy can contest it, but at least I can control the Baltic, I'd imagine. Okay, I might die here, which is fine, because I got off to a very, very bad start with Sweden becoming independent. So, I guess I will try to get Sweden's capital, because that's my pretty much sole hope, right? Take out their capital, win the war that way. I need I suppose I could take the military advisor, but that's going to put me in tons of debt. Of course, it's really annoying that Poland betrayed me. Thank you, Poland. Jerks. Okay, that's the end of that fleet for the moment. Sweden's got quite a fleet, actually. Are we going to win that? I don't know if we're going to win that naval fight. We should beat Sweden, but I think England's... Yep, England joined. Great. Well, probably dead. Probably dead. I'll go till I die, I guess. If I lose Sweden, I'm going to give up, because that just put you too far behind. Especially if they're going to stay... They'll stay allied to England for the rest of the game, so... There's not much I can do against England. It's amazing how overly strong England is at the beginning of the game. I know they're supposed to be good, but that is unbelievable. I guess they're supposed to be able to compete with France, but like comparison to that, Denmark, Norway, and Sweden seem rather weak. Kind of weird. Okay. Where did Sweden's army wander off to? Huh. I don't know where Sweden's army is. I know where England's army is, but that's about it. Oh, a little bit of prestige is nice. Will I do another nation if I die? You recommend I do Venice. Oh, that wouldn't be the worst thing to do. I don't know if I'll do another nation if I die, though. As much as I would like to. Maybe I'll do another one. I don't know. I'll think about it. Gotta see if I do die. I should be able to pull this off if I do it right, but England is just that strong. Not to mention, Sweden tends to Yeah, get fierce negotiator. If I can take Sweden's capital, I can probably get a white peace. The problem is I don't think I'll be able to take Sweden's capital before England takes mine, not with the 36,000 or more troops they're bringing. Yeah, 30 or 40,000 troops they're bringing to the fight. However, it looks like I am going to manage to take out Sweden's navy, which maybe I can hold the... Wow, I just absolutely demolished the Swedish navy there. Maybe I can hold on to the Baltic Sea. And now I'm going to even owe even more money to the nobility. Great. The siege of Viborg is not going well. Maybe I'll just barely manage to hold on to my capital, and then I can slowly wage war. We'll see. There's not much I can do. It's kind of luck at this point. Okay. The trick is if England decides to sail their fleet into this region, that's really when I'm going to hit some trouble. Don't have enough money, so taking the tech isn't worth it. We really want... Oh, the Palatinate did join me in the war, but they're getting destroyed by England. Oh, shoot. England has, in fact, actually got onto one of my islands. That's not good. That's not good at all. Siege of Viborg is progressing. Norway's gone off to do their own thing. The Palatinate is being killed, although they, interestingly enough, have snuck all the way over down to England's French territories and are taking those. Ideally, if I was lucky, I could retake this province and trap Denmark's army on the island. Average, you don't have to keep... you don't have to donate any more money. I'm fine. It is appreciated, but I don't really need money. If you need money, by all means, save it for yourself. By all means, save the money. Okay, this is rebuilding. I'd like to take out that English fleet there, but I know as soon as I start, the 6 other heavy ships of the English fleet will arrive. Oh, come on. Just take Viborg, of all places. If I take Viborg, then I actually... There we go. Have a shot. It'll be a long march to their capital through the middle of winter, northern Sweden. Ugh. Yay. Okay. At least the attrition isn't as terrible as I thought it would be. It's still 5, but it's not killing my entire army like I was afraid it would. Although Sweden just smashed Norway's army. Norway, not Norway's, Norway. Don't know why I said Norway's. We need to lower war exhaustion. This fleet is almost repaired. Norway's pulling their weight, to be honest. It's just... There's only so much they can do. What do I need for a war score here? 109? Ouch. Average, if you find $10 in your couch, you don't have to donate it to me, although I do appreciate it. Yeah, don't give too much money. You need to save money for yourself. Now comes the slightly bigger test of my navy here. Are the English going to sail their fleet into this province to kick my fleet out? Also, why isn't France attacking England? confused about this. Is somehow England stronger than France? No, France is in great shape. What is going on? They have a regency, but they have a queen regent, so bizarre. I do have Holy Trinity and I do have Baltic Crusader. I did guides on those, remember? I did the guides and I released them. Actually, I put pictures on Discord at some point. The Holy Trinity one was actually a lot easier than I thought it was. It was relatively easy. There we are, the Palatinate is out of this war. The siege of the Swedish capital continues nonetheless. At least I get to watch 44,000 English troops get stopped by the very annoying Danish navy, like always happens to me when I play against Denmark. The problem is I can't actually stop the English from just sailing back across the Baltic Sea and invading by land, which they're kind of doing again. Actually, I think they've got permission to march through here now. That would be very bad. I'm going to take improved war taxes because I'm spending a lot of money fighting these wars. If I get the next military one, I should be solid. No, I did the Teutonic one, which was Baltic Crusader, and I got Holy Trinity, which was the Pope. Both were excitingly fun to do. Baltic Crusader was honestly harder than the Holy Trinity. That was actually kind of a walk in the park. The trick is to get to the Teutonic and Livonian orders before they die. Once you get them, the Knights of Rhodes never die. Or Malta, whichever knights they are. The knights in general. They had two different names, so it gets confusing. And we have taken the Swedish capital. Is that enough for a white peace? No, but England is starting to get hesitant about the war. Ooh. Ooh, 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 we've got an opportunity. Did England get into another fight? No, they're just not doing so hot. Okay. We should have a ticking war score now, so that should help. If I can take out the Swedish military here, that should be enough for the war score. Or I'd hope it would be enough. Or of course it could make Sweden feel even more rebellious. Almost. England, what do you want for peace, boys? A bit more. Where is Sweden's army going to march to? Stockholm? Really? Just to Stockholm? I want to try something. I don't know if it'll work. Ah, it did. Perfect. Got them. So here's a nasty little trick. If you have an army in a forced retreat and they get to a crossing and you blockade the crossing to them, their army stops the shadowed retreat and is killable. See, like I just stopped Sweden from being able to retreat across there. I don't know why it works. It really shouldn't work, but it did. And that should be enough to get Sweden out of the war. Or we almost got England out. I don't know if I really want to get England out of the war more or I want to stop the war in general. I wouldn't mind stealing land from Sweden, but then they're never going to like me, are they? There we go. Peace. Peace in our time. Wow, that took a while. That was a little bit rough. And we are massively in debt, so I'm pretty much going to mothball everything. But we survived and we reigned in Sweden, which is the important fact. And that should, with the Danish liberty stuff, stop them from rebelling against us for the next conceivable time period. Whew. Ooh, we should be good. Should be good. Just going to retreat to my little island here and get my ships working again for trade. And then might even mothball my fleet just to stay stable. To work in my actual trade node rather than other places. We need to pay off 700 some odd gold at some point. Oh, that sucks. Seven some odd golds. Well, on the plus side, Novgorod survived the next war with Muscovy without losing any land, so the remaining parts of Novgorod are mine to conquer or mine to vassal and then refeed all of their wonderful Russian cores. That could be a viable thing. That could be a viable thing. Declare bankruptcy. No, I can't afford to declare bankruptcy. I'd like to. I can't take money from burghers either. I can't afford to declare bankruptcy, not with Muscovy right there. However, I can re-ally Poland, I think. I still can't get any other really solid alliance. Oh, I guess I could theoretically ally myself to Bohemia. You know what, I'll do that. I can't imagine Poland's going to be too happy, but that looks like a slightly better alliance network than what I had before. If only Poland hadn't betrayed me, that war would never have happened. Would never have happened. Never have happened to me. We need 236 more gold to get the Renaissance as well. I'd like to get the Renaissance before I'm forced to spend monarch points again. And let's focus Diplo because we're falling behind in Diplotech, clearly. 4 gold a month, so 80 months until I could theoretically get the Renaissance. I don't know. I suppose I could siphon income from Norway, couldn't I? No, they're in debt. I can't actually cipher income from them. Ooh! Riga is going to fall under the control of the burghers, but it also gets me 2 more development. Cool. And no, I am not going to spend all my monarch points now. I've got too many of them. I've got way too many. I believe Sweden's in debt too, so I can't siphon income from them either. Yep, they're in debt too. Everybody's in debt. It's probably the reason the war ended, is everyone fell into debt. I almost wish there wasn't just this universal bank that you could borrow money from. I kind of wish there was a little bit more of, you know, actually needing to lend money. Not that it would change too much, but historically countries like Genoa, the Swiss, I think Venice and Florence made a lot of their money and success because they were bankers. Yeah, I'm kind of having to rebuild my country on my own right now, as much as it would be cool to do some cool sneaky thing. The only thing I could do is debase the currency, and I do not want to debase the currency right now because I'm behind in tech. And then I have to pay down corruption, which we don't want either. I also don't want to add any of these to states, I don't believe, because they're a different religion, and that wouldn't help me that much. It would help me converting them, but right now there's no way we have enough conversion strength. We'll have to wait till we get either a conversion advisor, which we don't have, or other stuff. Ooh, 100 gold for 100 admin and innovation. Oh, I hate doing that. Oh, that's awful. But 100 admin power is way too much to pass up. Way too much. We can save quite a bit more admin power before we actually run into trouble, so we should do good. There we go. Ruler air died. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, okay, that's not that bad of an air. I thought did we have 2 air events fire at once? I want to say. That is strange. I thought I saw another air that was like a 2-1-1 in there. Huh. I didn't think Enlightenment could spawn outside of Europe. I thought literally the requirement for the Enlightenment was Europe. All the following must be true. It has to be on the continent Europe. It couldn't have spawned in Canada, average. The Enlightenment couldn't have spawned in Canada, could it? Oh, one of the following must be true. It has a seat in Parliament or a university. Yeah, I guess it could spawn then. Sorry, I didn't read all of that. They have a lot of little requirements, and sometimes the way they portray their requirements is a little confusing. I can ask for contributions from these guys in May. Cool. No, we're not actually in a regency. That's the strange part. I thought we were, but we're not. I don't know what happened there. Huh. Oh well, at least we keep the dynasty on there. Sweden should stay loyal. Yeah. I'm going to just leave one of my diplomats endlessly improving relations with subject nations. Speaking of subject nations, when can I annex Norway? 14 years. Apparently. At least we can annex them. Can we annex Sweden? We could theoretically annex Sweden, but obviously it reset the 51. Yeah, I said 2112 there. I don't know what happened. Okay, I'll try and remember to get more influence with those guys before I actually take that. Actually, I could make this into a state and then give it to them as well. I might do that. Oh, actually, I already did. I just haven't given it to the burghers themselves. 104. Let's boost it a little higher. $69. Don't really want to do the Admiral. I'd rather take this one for the influence. 84, still the same. A little bit more money. That should be, yep, that would be the Renaissance purchased. Perfect. Thank you for that advice. I would have forgotten that. So that means we should be able to get our first idea group and get a military tech. And we're in a much better shape than we were recently. Influence would be useful, wouldn't it? For the diplomatic annexation cost. Defensive is so useful though, but I guess that's not how you play the game as Denmark, really, is it? So, influence. You don't have any vassals, but the prestige and the heir would be very strong, as with the annexation cost. We'll go influence for now then, I guess. I think the guy I picked up is a... Where did he go? Not this guy, is it? I thought I'd... Who did I recruit? Sec. Recruit minister, inflation reduction guy. Oh, there he is. He wasn't there a moment ago. That's weird. Yeah, Max. I'll probably be ending the stream at the normal time, so I'll go for another 40 minutes probably, and then we'll stop. I think that's fair. Trade efficiency, development costs. Scotland's no longer a valid rival. Awesome. They're allied to France, though, so Scotland isn't going to die anytime soon. But on the other hand, France is doing terrible. Other than their war they picked against Burgundy, they are not expanding. They've got an admin of all things. Oh, look at this. Look at this. The Ottomans are losing. Hungary, Ferrara, Genoa, Castile, Austria, Aragon, and Naples? How did that erupt? Oh, Hungary just happens to be allied to both Austria and Castile. Oh my. Well, I think we might see a collapsed Ottomans, but that could just be me. Wow. Didn't see that one coming. I can safely say that. That is a pretty amazing comeback from the AI to take out Ottomans. Of course, the Ottomans still could pull off a tie, because the Ottomans are ridiculously good, but I've got 40,000 troops left. But they are against, 64. Oh, that's how it happened. Hungary attacked Ragusa, which was guaranteed by the Ottomans. I see. So what's going to end up happening is the Ottomans aren't going to really lose anything unless they peace out of the war early. Yeah, Super Chat's enabled if people want to donate. Also, channel subscriber thing is open if people want to pay monthly stuff, which I don't see why you would, but you could. Yeah, Orthodox Ottomans I don't think is possible. And I don't deal with Apple, really. I don't have any Apple products, I don't think. I've just never used any real Apple products. I prefer Microsoft style stuff because it's more intuitive, and as a programmer, you program on Windows. You don't program on Apple. You design stuff on Apple, you program it on Windows, by and large. That's just the way it goes. So, but it sounds like they didn't come up with any amazing products. I do keep an eye on Apple, so we'll see. I just read reports that people are unhappy with the changes. Let's see. One reform in the HRE. Actually, I actually surprisingly have a vote for me as emperor. Oh. Any chance I can get the Palatinate to vote for me? Hungary apparently likes, not Hungary, Bohemia likes me enough to actually vote for me, which is funny. Any chance I can get Trier on my side? Probably not, but you never know. I'll re-rival Scotland. And in fact, I'm going to insult Scotland. I'm going to do a scornful insult. Costs me 5 prestige, but it gets me over 55 power projection, which is awesome. Archking, we have sent a highly cultured letter to Scotland. Scottish culture is something of an oxymoron, don't you think? However, they have somehow interpreted it as an insult. We are amused at their lack of culture, but they appear to be quite upset. And then we'll insult England for another 5 power projection, assuming we can. Send in insults. Oh, does that... They patch that? Or is England... England is my rival. No, I can insult Muscovy. Okay. I guess I can't insult somebody and get power projection when I do other stuff. What's the best move for Denmark now? Probably finish off Novgorod, honestly. I could probably get some nice money from them. I just have to actually go out of my way to either finish them or vassalize them. Not entirely sure which would be more useful. We are going to use our unions to do that, and I'll just immediately mothball my army again. I'll let Sweden and Norway finish off the very weak Novgorod, and I will also raise war taxes. So all that wonderful free money pretty much for fighting a war. Well, you can insult while you have a truce. You just can't get power projection, apparently. Yes, Pomerania is in fact part of the HRE, and as much as I would like to pick a fight with them, I don't know if I want to dare intervene in the sheer amount of alliances both Austria has as allies, or Hungary. Although Austria is not allied to Castile, they are allied to England, which is slightly horrifying. Ottomans are still in this war, although I don't know why, but their castle or their fort has not fallen completely yet. Although it appears to be that there's not enough war score. Oh, there it is. There it is. Ottomans lost 4 provinces, and Ragusa lost 2. So that was a 6-province game by Hungary. Nice. And they're still guaranteeing the independence of Ragusa. Cool. I think the Ottomans have been kind of stalled this game. They're also allied to the AQ over here, so they're not going to expand that way. The only thing that would stop them completely is if they're allied to Ramazan, which is a shame. That would stop them dead because they don't attack allies usually. Cool. Oh yeah, I should embargo. Duh, I'm an idiot. I always forget to embargo because it's just such a weird mechanic that doesn't always help you. And then we will embargo Scotland. There we go. 65 power projection. We'll take the loss of prestige, unfortunately, just because it will help more to occupy provinces. I love how I'm not sending troops. We're still going to win this war, obviously, because Novgorod's weak, but it's amazing how weak Denmark and, Sweden and Norway are. How much are they in debt for? Neither of them are actually in debt. Cool, I can actually siphon income from them at some point. In the meantime, though, we can actually repay a loan. So we're only, 400 gold in debt now, give or take. We'll see. I'm not really sure how I'm going to meddle in the HRE that much. I was going to ally myself to Brandenburg, but right now, unless I could swing somebody to vote for me, I don't know if I'm going to do much else. I should guarantee the Palatinate, though. I have 2 votes to be Emperor. If the Austrian Emperor died right now, I still wouldn't become Emperor, but it's progress. They have 3 votes to be Emperor. Darn. He is 64, though. Probably not going to happen, but still cool to think about. Let's improve relations with allies. Apparently we've improved relations as much as we can with subject countries, but I still don't want to leave that idle, I guess. Our guy is 67 in Poland. Yeah, he's not going to inherit it. And Sweden is literally going to march back, apparently, through all their territory to save their capital, rather than actually take that fort. You know what? I'm going to offend the clergy for 80 gold. That's worth it in my mind. Well, I'd like to break the HRE, or at least take their northern lands. That way I get to trade. Lubeck and Hamburg would be ideal to take. If I can take either one of those, I'll be in good shape. The other thing I need to do is definitely take centralized bureaucracy so the land I take is actually productive. Because it's not right now. Norway is in fact going to siege it. Good. I'm thinking I might actually vassal Novgorod. I'm pretty sure I can keep them under control. Norway will stay under control virtually no matter what I do. Sweden is going to be a little bit harder, but if I take Novgorod, then I've got claims to fight Muscovy over. And Muscovy doesn't have many allies. If I could call Poland to that, I'd be good. Will I ever do a modded EU4 series? I might. I don't know. I might. We'll see. Suppose I could pick another fight with the Livonians if I want to go into Scotland at all. Not that I really want to go into Scotland, but I do want to try and do the Danish missions. On the other hand, I can't really fight England. Even if I control land in England, I'm not going to be able to fight over it. England's just that strong. Especially since I didn't take military ideas. Plus the infantry combat ability. Not fun to deal with. Economic for Norway and trade ideas for Sweden. Interesting. Not what I would have picked, but again, not bad for the AI. We'll see. I'm not going to really be able to dismantle the HRE until we get closer to the religious wars anyhow. Unless I become emperor. If I become emperor, everything changes. Everything completely alters. Because immediately if I become emperor, I add all my lands to the HRE and then we see how we go, where we go from there, but it doesn't appear that's going to happen. We've got one elector voting for us, but the Palatinate likes Austria way too much. Which sucks. And as much as I would like the idea, I've got to focus on getting tech in reality. I don't want to draw. We want the money. We always want the money. Hey, how's it going? It's going pretty well. How are you? Saxony's, I like Saxony as a country in the game. It's just so poor. It takes so long to become productive. That's the part that really sucks. Okay, we've actually taken Novgorod's capital. Can we, in fact, vassalize you? We can. Good. And I will take some money. There we go. Novgorod has joined our empire. Okay. Now the question is, what can I do versus Muscovy? Not much at the moment. I'm going to have to build up a bit more before then. The problem is they're going to be building up too. And I don't remember what the requirements for them to form Russia are. Oh well, not much I can do on that fact. I just gotta wait for now. Okay. We pay off another debt. Not quite. Almost. Apparently the event to inherit Holstein seems to revolve around needing the von Oldenburgs, I think, the Oldenburg dynasty under your control, which is why you need to accept that event. Let me double check though. I did look that up when I was just playing because I wanted to see how that goes. Danish events, there we go. That works out really well. Let's see. Yeah, oh yeah, I should probably toss up the achievement name, what I'm going for. Actually, I don't know which one I'm going for right now. I'd like to get this one as Denmark established trade company and have 10% tea share. But also, I still have yet to get the Iron Price, which is restored the Danelaw region to Danish rule and make it Danish culture, for which I have to kill England for. So that, yeah, that's going to be a while. No, in fact, you don't need the von Oldenburg dynasty. It just changes it differently. Apparently, the ruler of Holstein has to die, though. That seems to be the key point. Yeah. However, if you are of the von Oldenburg dynasty, you lose less money when you inherit Holstein. That's pretty much the big difference. Okay. Oops. Sorry, just changing video description here. Okay. I should take this Denmark run into a series. I don't know. I would kind of be interested in making into a series, but I have the Delhi one to maintain, and that's going to take a while. For now, I think I'll leave this as a live stream that I do periodically, just because I'm still relatively busy these days, although time is freeing up a bit more this week, end of this week. So tomorrow I'll have roughly 2 weeks of relatively free time, so I'm going to be trying to continue Tales of Berseria, which I really want to keep playing. Problem is I've only got one save file going on it, and it's the one I'm let's playing, so I can't really play it on my own. And obviously there's Life is Strange. But I'll try and get out a couple guide videos for this. Some of my older ones could probably use an update. If anyone has any suggestions for some of those old guides I should redo, or new countries to do guides with, I'd be more than happy to help. I might throw out a quick guide on Delhi, how to survive Sirhin's rebellion, or Sirhin's rebellion, but other than that, I don't have any other real plans for the series. I've just been so busy lately. Plus, I've been waiting to see if I actually get monetization in ads, which I finally gotten, but I haven't seen the results from yet. So hopefully you guys have seen a couple of those ads pop up. Although not a lot of that money goes to me, it helps a little bit. But that's also why Super Chat has been enabled. And of course, Average is our largest donator on that, so thank you for that. But don't donate much more, Average. Save some of your money for yourself. And other than that, we'll see where things go. I've got other games. I've got like a surplus of like 12 or 13 games saved up I was going to do for series on this channel. But everybody wants Europa, so I don't know. Maybe once I'm done the Delhi run, I should just say I'm going to take 2-3 months off and literally just do all my other series. Maybe just do a live stream of Europa a week, or I could even do silent series of Europa because I can record hours and hours of that in a day. I should wait till the new patch, probably. Although they are not going to revert the religion changes, so that will be. They're going to do something else, which is not clear yet. But they said they weren't going to do free conversion in non-core state provinces. They were clear about that being something of a thing. So I'm curious as to what that will actually entail. I wouldn't be terribly opposed as if they made it something more along the lines of either culture conversion, or they made it as like a percentage chance of conversion if once you send a missionary there, sort of like way colonists work. I think they could conceivably take the colonial mechanics and apply it to the religious mechanics fairly well, whereas if it's not a core or state province, it reduces the chance of it converting. Or maybe it's a percentage conversion each month like Rebels. I think they've got a lot of opportunities to do there. I don't know. See, thing is, Average, I thank you for giving me the Frostpunk game, and I did play it quite a lot. I think I beat most of the modes. I don't know for sure if I can do a series on it. That is a serious issue with trying to do games, specifically on YouTube. is I don't know if I'm allowed to put up the game on YouTube, and I don't know even if I can put up the game on YouTube if I'm allowed to put ads on it. So if you can find out if that's possible, by all means, I'll do a series on it. But Paradox, thankfully, is very kind about it, but if you guys have ever looked up like Nintendo stuff, Nintendo is apparently very strict about whether or not you can do series of their games. You have to get whole like qualified and stuff if you want to do their games. There's a couple other ones that are relatively strict. 2K, which does like Civ and Borderlands, is pretty strict about it. While I can put up videos of that, I can't cut ads or anything on them. It would really help if there was an easy way to tell what games you were allowed to do series on. That would be something that if YouTube was smart, they'd try and run a list of or maintain a list of for people who do this or something. But I suppose it'd be too much work for them. And we're going to be able to get more Monarch PowerPoints. So let's see how that goes. Monopoly charters. Ooh, 150 Diplo points. Thank you very much. Sadly, I'm not going to be able to get as much admin or military, but I'm fine with what little I'm getting of both. We can now get cannon. That'll be nice. We can get cannon, and we still need another Diplotech. You know, considering I'm not actually getting anything here, I think I'm going to actually swing this over to defensive ideas. Because I'm ahead of time in Miltech, and I'm definitely behind in Diplotech, and I'm going to stay that way for quite some time. So we'll spin that around. Oh, I hate Burgundy. Just putting that out there. Burgundy is really rough. And that could be a way to do some of that stuff, being conversion. You've seen other YouTubers play Frostpunk with ads? Yeah, but sometimes they have relationships to the developer. I'd have to... I mean, I could try an episode, but I don't know if it's allowed. So I'm very wary of getting the penalty strikes specifically because they could theoretically shut down the whole channel if I had too many of them. So... yeah, it's a little risky doing stuff on YouTube for that reason. I don't know the way Twitch functions around that, but it would be cool to do Twitch, but Twitch is all about live streaming, and I can't afford to live stream at the same time every day. I could do every week, but every day is tough. At least that's what I've heard from people who do live streaming on Twitch. So... anyhow, we've got about 18 minutes more here before we hit 6, and that's probably when I'm going to stop. I'm not fighting any wars with anybody right now because I'm just trying to rebuild my economy. Although, I do have some claims on Scotland, actually. Can I afford to fight Scotland, though? 14,000. I've got 12 ships. They're Miltech 7. I'm Miltech 7. I suppose I could pick a fight with these guys. I need a claim first, but once I get a claim, I can then go attack Scotland and get on the English channels, which will be cool. Thank you, Average. There sadly is not a great list, although I haven't entirely explored Reddit, and I've heard rumors that Reddit might have something that could help in that direction. But again, never know. It's tough to find out what to do. It's also tough to do a lot of different games because a lot of games don't record well. Some do, some don't. Some require additional editing, which is tough to do, specifically because it tends to require me, because I use OBS, it requires me to translate into a different video format and then change it, which is really weird and honestly kind of annoying, but that's the way it goes. It's a shame I'm not going to be able to attack Muscovy anytime soon. Actually, wait, what's my relation with Poland? Oh, I don't have enough favors from Poland. Ugh. That's too bad. Okay. Thank you, Average. I'll look into that. Oh, Austria passed a reform, and I have two people voting for me still. Cool. Don't think that's gonna work out that way, though. Unfortunately, Austria just has too much influence early game for anybody to easily unseat them, unless, of course, you're in the HRE. Good relations and everything. Oh, ruler finally died. Wow, that guy ruled for an age. What did he make it? He made it 33 years. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay. Still paying back all this loan. One more loan to go, though. Then we're good. Then we're good. Once we pay that off, we can then start building buildings to make money. Because I need some money. Let's get the claim on the Livonian order. That looks good there. Let's cancel that now. Okay, my forts are raised. My army isn't raised, though. Should probably wait till I pay off the loan before I take another one, though. But then again, this is a pretty rare opportunity for me to be able to actually safely attack Scotland to some degree. Oh, I can actually raise my army without going into debt. Awesome. That's amazing. Okay. Policy changes in order then. Specifically, I wouldn't mind. Ideally, I'd like to take these two provinces, or these three provinces, cut off England from Scotland. Problem is, I don't think I could survive an Austria-England war at the moment. Oh, there we go. New ruler on the throne, lots of rebels. I've got to go squash rebels here. Okay. I think that was my only rebel group, right? Yes. So we have Queen Dorothea the First von Wittelsbach. Congratulations. First of her name. May she rule for many years. And wow, the Palatinate is almost dead. I'm actually looking at them now, and they're very well squashed. Okay. Poland's good. Okay, let's squash the rebels. If we can. Wow. Should probably wait until I recovered morale more. That would have been a smart move. Okay, rebels have been squashed. We can afford to rebuild now. Oh, she's Bavarian. Interesting. That's not so good. Okay, well, hopefully our ruler will change culture at some point. Yeah, I'm trying to do my best. I appreciate being able to watch good videos on YouTube. That's honestly why I got into it. Is I was very ill at one point. I had my tonsils taken out because I had a horrible throat infection a couple years ago, and I was watching YouTube videos. Someone had just recently introduced me to the idea that you could do games and put it on YouTube, and I watched that while I was sick, and I greatly appreciated the fact that it wasn't normal television, which can sometimes be interesting, and it involved video games. So I decided when I got better that it would be worth trying to do some of it myself, especially because I'd been growing bored of gaming on my own. After a while, it becomes a little bit boring. Yes, it's fun, and yes, you can do amazing things, but if the people in your life don't play the games and can't play the games the way you do, and also after college, most of my friends dropped out of contact with me or, got full-time jobs, that your interest in video games dies down if you don't have anyone to talk or play with. So I decided I'd start a series and hopefully run across people online. After 2 years or so, I actually have people that I can talk to and that actually watch my stuff. It took about 1.5 years to get there or more. Literally, it's just this year that I've actually gotten viewers. So it still amazes me people want to watch it, but it's nice. It's nice watching people play video games some days. Especially because not only can you learn stuff, but you can also enjoy it yourself. You can talk to people, chat with people, have fun, but also sometimes you just want to watch a game and you don't want to play the game yourself because it's too much work. I know if it's late at night or I've had a long day of hard work that I don't necessarily want to play it myself. But watching somebody else play is cool. Also, if you can't afford the game, or game system in some cases, specifically console games, it's nice to watch other people play them. Like, one of the games I really want to play, but I don't have the console and I don't want to go buy it because it's expensive just for 1 or 2 games, is the Super Mario one that came out recently, the one where you have the hat. I always forget the name of it. Super Mario, it's not Galaxy. That was the one that came out before. I'd like to play that, but obviously buying a whole game system for a single game in my mind isn't worth it. Plus, I got all the games on the computer I can want to play. So, well, thank you for saying that. I'm not a particularly wonderful YouTuber, otherwise I'd have lots more people watching, but the people I do have is enough for now. I'd like to play other games within Europa. The problem is, it just takes so long to play a game when all I do is 20 minutes a day. I do it longer, but then recording it becomes a bit of a chore. It's tough. Now, on the other hand, I could do longer episodes or 2 episodes a day of the same series, but I wouldn't be talking constantly. And I think, I might be wrong, that people like it if you talk constantly in videos rather than just talk when something interesting happens. Because otherwise it's like listening to just the game music. So, anyway, that's my whole argument. I don't think the AE overall applies to everyone else. I think it literally just applies to them. But it mainly applies to the siege bonuses, I know that much. Actually, wait, how small is Scotland? I always forget that Scotland is actually a really large country. Otherwise, I'd try and, vassalize Scotland of all things. Anyhow, let's work on sieging Westmarch, or waiting till they move to their capital and then wiping them out. Let's also get this military tech, which should help. And we are almost to another government reform. 2 years. 1492. It's also when Columbus sailed an ocean blue, by the way. That's how, at least I was taught to remember that. Let's offend the Livonin Order. We don't really care particularly about them. Relatively easy victory against Scotland. Good, good. I could carpet siege them, couldn't I? I should probably do that. If I can. Oops, there we go. Take you out. I like the fact that they improved Scotland recently in the Rule Britannia. It makes them much more interesting. Whereas before they were kind of wimpy, unfortunately. Actually, let's track down where the Danelaw region actually is. Okay, that is the Danelaw region I have to take. So it's pretty much just England. So I need at least something on this sea so I can fabricate a claim on England if it comes to that. Aberdeen, or I could take their capital probably. Just take their capital and leave. No. Take Aberdeen. I can take Aberdeen. Well, that's a possibility. Let's hunt them down and get rid of their army if I can. Oops. They blocked it. Fair enough. How do you do the one faith achievement now? I think you'd have to be really good at managing states and stuff. They are going to patch it. They are going to patch it. They did say they were going to fix faith. Because it's despite the fact that it was a good release, as in people bought the game, that has been the one complaint. And I agree. It's a bit of a pain because making a state out of a province that's not your religion isn't really what one tends to do, because it tends to be not only rebellious but also not usually, it's usually high autonomy. So I think that was a bit of a mistake on their part, but I do agree that it does need to change somehow. It's too cut and dried and simple right now. Okay. Once we take the Orkneys, we can move on the Hebrides, or the Hebrides. It's Hebrides. I don't really need any content or unit packs average because all they do is improve the graphics. However, I wanted to thank you for getting those giving me those content culture packs and stuff, because the graphic improvement is in fact noticeable, even if this stream really hasn't been in any of the regions. It's just a little bit of improvements, nicer soldiers. It's nice to see. Yeah, okay. This is going to take a little while here, isn't it? Okay, apparently Norway's decided to pick that fight. We will send troops as well. We don't technically need... Oh, shoot. Okay, let's just move to Sutherland then. I don't need to fight their navy, so I'm not going to. Let's get another general. Oh, he sucks. Great. Okay. Yeah, it is possible to do a one faith achievement. I've got to imagine it's still possible, considering you can do some insane things in Europa. But it would be very tough to do. Okay, let's regroup, see what we can get from Scotland. I'd like your capital, but also I wouldn't mind a fair amount of other provinces either. The last thing we want to do is get to a position where we get directly attacked by England. So the one thing I definitely cannot do is force them to annul treaties with France. That would be a death sentence. Okay, let's do that. There we go. 3 provinces gives me a base to work from in the future. And we are going to take a naval doctrine. I'm thinking I might want to go free oarsmen because I'm going to be fighting lots of galley fights in very confined spaces. On the other hand, if I'm fighting England, you know what? We should probably do fleet in being for the reduced naval maintenance, which will stack with our 10% for 25% cheaper ships. I know ships aren't much, but then I can really go over my limit. Yeah, I'll do that for now. Cost me most of my money, but that's fine. And then we'll boost loyalty. And then we will regroup, and then we will take the rest of the Livonian one. Orthodox religion is currently the strongest religion, and has been since the Third Rome patch released. It's definitely been the strongest one. It is insanely good. Oops. Oh, Novgorodian rebels. I don't care about you. Revoke embargo. Yeah, dominating the Baltic is relatively easy. We'll worry about that later. Anyhow, let's peace out of this war with Livona, or Livonian Order. Take that. What are we looking at? Coalition. Nothing. Good. Okay, we pretty much control all the Baltic coastline with the exception of 7 states. So if you were going for the Sweden is not overpowered, we'd be in great shape. But we're not, because obviously we're not Sweden. I don't think it applies to Scandinavia. We've landed in the British Isles. England rather hates me. France kind of likes me, but not enough to be allies. And all we have going for us is we have both Bohemia and Poland on our side, with tiny little Palatinate surviving as well. So I think it might be time next year to start integrating, well, actually 3 years, start integrating Norway, and then we'll see where we go from there. Who is France rivals with? Austria and Castile. Do I want to rival Castile? Let's see. Are they rivaled with... No, they're not rivaled with England. You're not rivaled with England. You are rivaled to my ally, the Bohemia, though. Or I can rival Hungary, who is strong but not likely to fight me. I might do Hungary. Yeah. I'm going to take the naval maintenance right now, and then I'm going to build up over the fleet limit at some point, and that should help with taking out England. And if I'm going to get trade companies, I'm going to need lots of trade ships, and I can always change naval doctrine later on when I have money. But for right now, I think the fleet in being, since I'm having money issues, should make the biggest difference in the long run, or the short run, I should say. And then we will have to continue this another time, I guess, because my time for live streaming is up, and I need to get off and actually do other things, specifically do my work that I've got done. I got most of it done today, but I got more to do for tomorrow. If I somehow get most of it done by tomorrow, I will try and do a live stream again tomorrow, and can probably continue this because I don't see what other achievement I'd go for. And there should be a Life is Strange episode out tomorrow, along with the final government reform guide. And I think that's all pretty much from me. I'll try and get back to Tales of Berseria, Life is Strange. Might play something else at some point. I'd really like to do a Dark Souls series, but I don't know if people would care to see that. So that will be it from me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. It is 1491. We are third in the world as a great power, 358 development ourselves, placing us slightly above Muscovy, not of course including either Sweden or Norway. I think we're off to a good start. I think we're off to a very good start. And once we get some defensive ideas going, we should have a strong enough army to potentially take on England. Although fighting England and Austria at the same time is going to be a nightmare. So, thank you guys for watching. If you guys haven't subscribed, please do. And I will see about getting special stuff for both Super Chat and channel memberships. And I believe Max has made me some nice new thumbnails to stick up on videos, so appreciate that. And if you get around to it, thank Max. And I will see you guys either tomorrow or not next weekend. I'm busy next weekend, but probably the weekend after that at worst. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.